Isn't another Indian? The Green Dragon Indian motorcycle, 131 air ride. Look at this. See, this is an example of the bikes that you see. While we were setting up, I did a small walk around, and Minnow pointed out this beautiful green, technically Roadmaster.
Started life as a Burgundy Roadmaster.
Burgundy Roadmaster. All right. So I'm here at the Donnie Smith Show here in St. Paul, Minnesota. It's going to be a separate video. So if you haven't seen my experience with putting spicy candy in the very first show she's ever been in and very bike I've ever put in, there's going to be probably a link in this one somewhere so you can check it out, or maybe it doesn't exist and this one comes out first. Who knows? But while we were setting up, we found this bike here, and I found the owner, Brenna, right? Brenna.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the owner, Brenna. Yeah, I don't have a super wide view on. So yeah, we gotta get close like we like each other.
Gotta get bonding.
So this is Brenna here. She's the owner of this
22 Roadmaster.
Okay, yeah, tell me about your bike. Let's just help, instead of me doing it, you do it.
Sure. It's 22 Roadmaster. Started life as a Burgundy Roadmaster with a trunk. Took her out for 2 years, rode her all over the country, through Hurricane Fred, through the desert, brought her home, cleaned her up, and thought she was due for a change. So obviously changed the paint color. She's Dragon Green and Voodoo Violet. And of course, I'm a horsepower junkie, so I had to get the Lloyd's 131. So,
hey, you're my kind of girl. I like it. I like it.
Some fabrication on it. I'm an engine, like I said, engines are my life. So I've got a Conrod center stand. I've got piston tail lights. I've got valve springs for shift pegs. And PVD coating is the rainbow you see on all of the chrome fixtures. But yeah, like I said, she's been on the road for the last 2 years, got about 15,000 miles on it, and I love it. It's got the Indian Power Band audio, the new Power Band audio. Sounds sick.
So you have the glowing one, or did you upgrade the first gen?
I updated the first gen,
okay,
so no glowing. But
okay, I was just curious because the glow does look pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
And then I swapped out the saddlebags for the flat top because my original Roadmaster was a classic.
Yeah.
So it had the round bags.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot of differences here. So you got the Vallis fender, which is classic.
Yep.
You got the classic front fairing, but yeah, and then when you do come to the back is when you start seeing the, I don't know, I always call it the modern bag, you know?
Yep,
but you got the modern bag. I love the 131, not just the motor, but that you entitled it into the paint job.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it is a beauty. This is Minnow's, one of her favorite bikes. She spotted it right away. And any B-roll footage that you're about to see, Minnow already said she wants to do all of it. So credit to Minnow in this video. Anything that you see, she did it. I see that you've done some Saddle Sore 1000s. You did so the bun burner, that's a 1,500 miles in 24 hours, or was that 36 hours?
36 hours.
I can never remember. Okay.
Yeah, the first one is 24 hours, 1,000 miles in 24 hours.
Okay.
And then I did 1,500 miles in 36.
Okay.
And
isn't there one that's like 1,500 miles in 24?
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's called, but yes, that's an additional iron butt. And then she's been through 22 states.
Wow.
And that's what the states there.
Oh, I got you. Oh, wow. You know, you could get another 22 if you went east just once.
Well, we did go to DC.
Oh, is DC? Oh, I see it on there.
We made it almost to California. Arizona's as far west as I made it.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna, as soon as the snow melts, we're gonna be back on the road. And she's my iron butt bike.
This is amazing.
Thanks.
Have you done any of that with the 131?
No, so I'm gonna need extra gas.
Did you notice a big miles per gallon drop?
This one actually was a 116 with a stage 2.
Okay.
So we did have a little fuel consumption. Not bad, but I haven't ridden this one yet with the 131.
Oh, this is new for you.
Yeah, so it's brand new.
It's a new season.
Yeah,
that's really exciting.
We will have to see how the tune goes. And, what kind of fuel economy we get, but anyone with a horsepower addiction doesn't have fuel economy. That's not what we're after.
100%. It's miles per mile. That's what we go by.
Exactly.
And tires.
Exactly.
I find it I find it rewarding that I get to buy new tires. So many of my friends growing up, by the way, so I started a sport bike, right, where maybe you'd ride 2,000 miles a year or whatever. You just rode them fast. A lot of my friends switched out tires every few years due to weather cracking and all this.
Wow.
Hey, listen, I switch out my tires because I'm running out of tread. So that's the fun thing about this. I love that you've done so much to this bike and you ride it, you know?
They have to be ridden. That's what they're for. Take them out, get them on the road. She is a wonderful machine. She's never let me down.
Yeah.
Like I said, I will take this thing anywhere. I eventually want to try and do an iron butt around Lake Superior.
Okay.
I would like to get it down to Alaska at some point. I want her on the road.
Yeah. What did you do with the trunk? Do you have it where you could put the trunk on
the
for
trunk
those
can
long
go back
jumps?
on. Yeah.
Did you paint it also?
No.
Oh.
Not yet.
That's a heck of a, you're like, oh, I was already there. I should have dropped it off, but.
Yep.
So.
Like I said, I kept it because I do use it.
Yeah.
Like I said, when she's loaded up, I was on the bike for 10 days.
Yeah.
And I use every ounce of it. She had lowers at the time.
So is this paint job new to this season also? Like, is this a full build for this 24 year?
It was done last year.
Okay.
But we had to finish up a few things.
Okay.
The engine we still had to tweak, and the seat needed to be redone, and just general fit and finish up some of the PVD items.
Okay.
And that's what you see, the rainbow color in it. It's a plating.
So did you just have the seat redone? Is that a stock seat or
That's
is that?
an Indian seat recovered in leather and Aussie alligator.
Okay. Wow.
With a gel insert.
Who did it? Do you?
Rapids Upholstery.
Rapids Upholstery.
Out in Sock Center.
Okay. Cool.
And Gilby's did the paint. Gilby Street Department, one of the really nice bikes over there.
Okay.
He's a wonderful painter. And we pulled the badge. He silver leafed all my tank, so that's all silver leafed.
And the 131 silver leaf also?
Yep, all the silver in it silver leafed. We pulled all the badging where we could, so that's a painted on badge now. And all hand painted by him. And like I said, he did a wonderful job.
What's your favorite thing about, it's your bike and your build, but just curious, what's the one thing you're like, when that got done, that just set you over the top?
The way the PVD went with the rest of the bike. We changed our mind a lot on this bike, or I did. I'm a woman, we change our mind.
No, that's not true.
It started with a concept, and I kept adding things to it through the course of the winter, and you forget what you've added at the beginning, and when you get it all together, you wonder if it's going to work. The headdress, we weren't sure what was going to look like. We had to back up in case it didn't work, but it actually brought the green and purple out in the bike like we never thought it would. This material on a different bike does different things. It changes. So when this is on a different colored bike, it looks different.
Okay.
And the moment that I saw this part on this bike, it pulled the purple and green together like I had never planned. So when it was all said and done, it worked the way I anticipated. So the purples are, like I said, the best part of it, obviously for me, is I fired it up for the first time a couple days ago, and she popped right off.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I gotta go. I'm ready to take it out.
I'm surprised you haven't rode because we've had a fairly nice winter and opportunities have been here to get on the road.
I have been
I'm peer
working
pressuring
on
the shit out of you.
I know. I literally had 10 minutes to finish it, and I didn't finish it before I had to bring it here. So we dropped it off Thursday night, and I am still putting it together. I ran into some issues because the center stand at the bottom it impacted my ship linkage.
Okay.
So I had to fabricate something new so my ship linkage worked.
What do you do for a living?
25-year aircraft mechanic.
25-year aircraft mechanic.
So maintenance is what I do.
So real quick, why did you switch the bags?
I got some of these green parts from a wrecked bike.
Okay.
And the bags were green to begin with.
Okay.
So I started out thinking, oh, well, I'll just put this green on. I like it. I love this color.
Okay.
Well, then I love my front fairing.
Okay.
So I bought a front fairing. I still have my burgundy bike parts.
Oh, so you mean, you didn't paint it paint over it or strip it down.
Nope.
You have your burgundy, what are they called? Tins, right?
Yep, I've got
so
the
the
tins.
burgundy tins. Ah, interesting that you did it that way. That's smart, by the way. You have 2 bikes.
Yep. So, but I always love the classic fairing. I like the fog lights in the front fairing. They're clean. And but I had the green bags. I'm like, what do I do with these? And I liked it, but she needed more. She needed something. So I drew out the graphics, come up with my own design, and went with that. And like I said, I like the flat bags.
Yeah.
It just like it's a nod to the old classic Roadmaster and transitioning into the new.
Should we say your bike's like a mullet? No, I'm just kidding.
You
Except
say
backwards.
what you want if you can catch me.
Okay. Hey, I'll give it a try. We already know.
You might catch me.
I'll
You
give
might
it a
catch
try.
me.
Well, I love your bike. Thank you for taking the time here at the Donnie
No,
Smith
thank
Show.
you. I appreciate it. Like I said,
Minnow loved it. I loved it. I love how it stands out, and I love that you ride it. And it's awesome showing Minnow women riders. I often say she will be a rider. She doesn't have a choice. She's on the back all the time with me. That's because she's 10.
Yep.
Someday she'll ride. So I like
my
to show
dad did the same thing. I started riding at 5.
Really?
He threw me on the tank. My first bike was a Kawasaki 50, and he went to fire it up in the garage. And he fired it up and the throttle stuck, so it laid on the ground and it went in circles, and I walked away. I'm like, no, Dad, I'm scared, I'm scared. He goes, oh, no, hon, it's fine. It's the best thing he could have done. I have been riding since then, and it has taken me places that I never thought possible.
Yeah.
And when I'm out, I'm always encouraging ladies. I'm a disabled vet, so I want them to get out and ride. I want them to get out. There are things you can do. Just because you have a disability, just because you're a girl, get out there and do it.
Yeah.
It's a sense of accomplishment that very few things give you, and it's therapy. I genuinely believe that. I've seen vets get on these bikes, and it changes their world. It gets them out into the environment. We've modified bikes to allow guys with no limbs and anything like that to get on a machine and to watch their expression change from I'm disabled to being in the wind. That's worth volumes. If the guys can get out and ride, that's huge.
So you work with the Veterans Charity Ride?
We went down with Dave 2 years ago, I think it was, in Moab, and rode for 10 days, and wonderful, wonderful organization.
Yeah.
We had vets that were 70 and some that just came back from Afghanistan. So we had, Vietnam era, I'm Gulf War era, and, the current regime going on. And in 2 days, we were all bonding like we were in the service again, and it was great. It was really great to meet everybody, and we're all still friends, and we all rode all day. Threw the phones out the window, and we literally were off the grid.
Yeah.
And if you ever get the chance to ride with that group, I highly encourage it. They're really good.
So I'm just gonna say, have you ever heard of the Durango Rendezvous?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so I was lucky enough to work last year. I emceed the banquet, and if you guys are watching now and haven't heard, I'm gonna do it again this year. And one thing that we do is we raise money for a Veterans Charity Ride. So,
good. And Dave does show that he goes to the rendezvous.
He does.
I'm sure he's run into you guys.
Oh yeah, I met him last year, shook his hand. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll be there again this year. I mean, it's like 1,100 miles from here. So just saying, if you want to go.
I rode her the first time. I'll do it again.
There we go. So, that's it, I think. Or unless is there anything that you want to say, or maybe we left out?
Nope. Like I said, I appreciate the time. Like I said,
I appreciate that. I appreciate your time. The bike is beautiful. Minnow loves it. I love it, and I think that. Hey, come here. We're mic'd up, so we're not gonna hear you. Come here.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, there we go. So, all right. Well, we're gonna end this like we always do. Thank you so much. Till next time, ride hard, ride fast, and say hi to somebody you don't know. Peace. Ha 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 ha!